Have you ever been deep in an RPG, genuinely invested in the world, the characters, the story, and thought, this would be so much better if I could actually pursue a romance? Not a simple romance, something complicated and layered. Today we're going to talk about 5 games that could have been genuinely elevated by romance options, and why the absence of them matters. Let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about Tyranny. Tyranny is by far one of the most morally interesting RPGs I've ever seen. You serve an evil overlord, making choices that determine the fate of entire populations in a world where there really are no heroes. The groundwork for romance was definitely there. The game already features a well-built reputation system that could have very naturally been connected to romance storylines. The companion characters are genuinely well written, they're characters who are worth getting to know even better. But what makes Tyranny so perfect for romance is the political dimension to the game. Romance in a world like this would be complicated, even a little bit dangerous. Are you actually falling for someone, or are you using them, or are they using you? In a game that already makes you think about and question every decision that you make, romance would have fit in well and made everything even more personal. Next is Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity is driven by solid writing and a story that keeps you invested, and that makes the lack of romance sting a bit for sure. The companion characters have rich backstories, but at certain points their relationships can feel like they're missing a layer, almost like you've gotten close to them and then hit a wall. Romance done well can break through that. It deepens the bond between the protagonist and the companions in a way that changes how you experience the story alongside them. In a game that's already executed on giving you a good narrative, that extra emotional depth could have taken everything up a notch. The excitement, the devastation. Also, a side note, Pillars of Eternity 2 does have romance options. Next, we're going to talk about Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Oblivion gives you so many ways to build your character and shape your story that romance almost feels like an expectation or like a default thing that should have been in the game. It connects you to the world. It gives your hero something personal to fight for. The fact that it's not here is certainly a real missed opportunity. But I will say, and this is something I feel strongly about, not having romance at all is genuinely better than implementing it poorly. A marriage system that amounts to checking a box and then carrying on with your life, like we saw in Skyrim, is almost worse than no marriage or romance system at all. Oblivion deserved well-implemented romances, and so did we. Next is Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas is the perfect setting for romance chaos, and the game knows it. The game does have very minor romantic interactions that you can engage in, but does not fully commit to romance mechanics and a romance system. There are companions who you become really attached to, characters like Arcade Gannon, who players have been talking about for years, and yet the romance system just never happened completely. It's honestly such a missed opportunity on a huge scale. I mean, can you just imagine getting married by a ghoul who's dressed as Elvis in an abandoned Vegas chapel? What a missed opportunity. Finally, we're going to talk about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Bloodlines 2 technically includes something called romantic feeding, and I want to be very clear that it does not fulfill what we're talking about with this list. Vampire lore is built on passion, betrayal, obsession, and a good romance system in this game could have explored all of that in genuinely compelling ways. And look, this is from someone who does not generally like vampire stuff. I mean, think about it. The factions, the structure of vampire society, the many opportunities for power plays and manipulation, romance woven throughout this narrative would have been so entertaining. You could seduce your way to alliances, find yourself in dangerous relationships, betray or be betrayed. The characters in this game are well written enough to carry that kind of depth and complexity, so it's really disappointing the game didn't commit to it. 5 games, 5 total missed opportunities, and honestly, just talking about what could have been is a little painful. Which of these games do you think would have had the best romance storylines? Are there any games that I missed that you think really need a romance system? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you like more content like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.